Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be working on a halter top. I got a request to make one of these halter tops, and this top is kind of unique because most of the tops that people make in crochet are worked vertically, but this top is going to be worked horizontally. So the materials, I'm going to be using robin yarn, and I'm going to be using 2 strands of this yarn and a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a 3.75mm crochet hook. So let's begin. You're going to grab your yarn. So I'm doubling my strand because this is a very thin yarn, but if you have like a medium size yarn, please go ahead and use 1 strand. So you're going to start off with a slip knot like this, and you're going to make a chain. I'm going to be making a chain of 31. 5, 6, 7. So I have my 31 chains. If you want your top to be longer than this, then go ahead and make more chains. I'm not very specific about the chains that you should make for this top. That's really up to you. If you want it shorter, then you should go ahead and make shorter chain, because this is the foundation chain. So after my 31 chains, I'm going to yarn over and go into the second chain from the hook. So not this one, but this one. So go into the second chain from the hook and place a half double crochet. So a half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, and yarn over, pull through all. And you're going to go ahead placing 1 half double crochet in each and every chain all the way across. So place 1 half double crochet in each and every chain until the end of this row. So I'm coming to the end of my row, and I'm placing my very last half double crochet in the very last chain, and this is what I have. I have a total of 30 half double crochets because the 31st chain was the turning chain of my work. So I have a total of 30 half double crochets. So we're going to row 2. Whatever number you did, whatever number of chains, you should have less by 1. Your stitches should be less by 1. So I have my 30 half double crochets, and we're going to row 2, and for row 2 you're going to chain up 1, which is your turning chain, turn your work, and place 1 half double crochet in that very first half double crochet, and then continue to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So you should have the same number of stitches as your row 1, and we are going to continue doing this until we have a total of 10 rows of 30 half double crochets, or whatever number of stitches that you decided to use. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to repeat row 2 all the way across, having the same number of stitches for each and every row until I get to row 10. So right now I have my 10 rows of half double crochets, 30 stitches for each and every row, and I'm going to take a measurement for you to let you know the measurement of my rectangle. So it's about 8 inches long and about 4 inches wide. I'm saying this because this is how the halter top is going to be placed. So it's about 8 inches long and 4 inches wide, somewhere there. And once you're done with this, we are going to start increasing for our top. So for row 11, you're going to chain up 4 and then turn your work and go into the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, and into the third chain you're going to place a half double crochet and then half double crochet in the 4th chain, and then start working on the body of the top. So 1, you're going to go into each and every stitch for your 30 stitches. So we've increased the stitches by 2, and this chain 2 at the beginning doesn't count as a stitch, not that. So we've increased the stitches by 2, and we are going to go all the way down, placing 1 half double crochet in each and every stitch. So this is row 11. So we are going into our very last stitch, which is this one, and placing a half double crochet, and that's the very last stitch. So this is what you should have. This means that this is our increased side and this is our flat side. We are not going to be increasing anything on this end, but we are going to be shaping the coverage for our halter top on this side. So we are going to row 12. You're going to chain up 1 and turn your work and half double crochet in the very first half double crochet and all the way across. So place 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet below, all the way to the end of your row. So when you're coming to the end of row 12, you're going to just continue working onto the extension from row 11, and your very last stitch is this one, like that. And we are not going to be working into the chain 2 at the beginning of the row here, because it doesn't count as a stitch. Your very last stitch is this one. So you should have something like this. And for row 13 is going to be the same exact as row 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn your work and go into the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, into the third, place a half double crochet, and then place a half double crochet in the 4th. That means we've created another extension, and then go onto the body of the top. So 1 half double crochet in all the remaining stitches all the way across. So this is row 13, which looks exactly like row 11, and row 14 will look exactly like row 12. So from this point onwards, the odd rows resemble, and then the even rows look exactly the same. That means the odd rows are the rows that create the extensions. So row 11, row 13, row 15, row 17, and so on will create the extensions to provide the coverage for our top. So let me go ahead and finish my row 13, and I'll show you what to do for row 14. So row 13 is finished, and this is what you should have. You should be maintaining the straight line at the bottom of the top, but then shaping the coverage at the top of the halter top. So let's continue. We're going to row 14. You're going to chain up 1 and turn your work. Go into the very first stitch with 1 half double crochet and half double crochet all the way across. So the even rows, that is row 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 and so on, are just plain rows of half double crochets. So you're going to go all the way across until you get to this very last stitch, this one, and then you create another extension for row 15. So let me do that. You're going to keep alternating between the even and odd rows, and for me I'm going to be doing a total of 20 rows. So right now I'm done with my 20 rows, and this is what everything looks like. Remember, we did 10 here, and then we did this stands for 2 rows because we have the row that goes down and then comes back up and stops here, and we create another extension. So these were 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So I have my 20 rows total, and at this point I have this line in line with half of one of my breasts. So this applies to size small to medium, but if you're a larger size, you're going to go ahead and create more ridges, more of these ridges, so that you get to half of your first breast on one side, because this part is the part that goes towards the back, and it's going to have straps. So this is where the coverage starts from. So if you don't have enough coverage to the middle of one of your boobs, then that means you're going to have to extend this a little more upwards, and then you get enough coverage for yourself. But for small to medium, this is perfectly fine for you. And for the ones who will extend this, of course the larger sizes, large, extra large and XXL, you're going to go ahead and do some more rows of extending this so that you create more coverage for your top. And now after that, after getting enough coverage for your top so that this last line is in line with half of your breast, now we're going to be doing something different. We are going to be doing rows, plain rows of half double crochets, no increasing and no decreasing. So you'll be doing a total of 20 rows of no increase, no decrease. So let's begin. Chain up 1 and turn your work, and half double crochet in the very first stitch. Then continue to half double crochet all the way across in each and every stitch. So we want a total of 20 rows of no increase and no decrease. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you guys back when I have my 20 rows ready. So this applies to size small to medium and large. Then for the XL, XXL, you may have to do some more rows in the middle here. So let's go ahead and do our 20 rows, and I'll be explaining what that means when I'm done with the 20 rows. Alright, so right now I'm done with my 20 rows of no increase, no decrease. And let me show you. This is what it looks like. And on one side, we already have this shaping. It has also created a very good edging for our top. But then at this point, the first 2 rows were dissolved into the 20 rows. So I have 2 rows here and then an extra 20 rows for the middle. So if you want to create more coverage, for those who created more coverage, keep that in mind. So that means it's like I have a total of 22 rows in the middle here, because this the 2 rows of the last ridge were dissolved into this one. So I have my 10, I have another 10 rows up to here, and I have 20 rows up to here. That means I have a total of 40 rows altogether, and the base is flat. So if you've ended your row, your 20th row of the middle section on the upper side, go ahead and chain 1 and do 1 row of half double crochets going all the way down. And if you've ended your row on the downer side, just wait for me to do this, and then I'll show you what to do next. And then also you should make sure that the measurement from here to here is the measurement of the middle section of one of your collarbones to the middle section of the other collarbone. So middle of the collarbone on this side and the middle of the collarbone on the other side. So let me go ahead and do my half double crochet row, and I get back to you when I have it finished. So I finished this. I've gone all the way down to the base of the top, and for our next row you're going to chain up 1 and turn your work, and we are going to do the same exact thing that we have on this side. So we are going to do 1 half double crochet in the very first stitch and continue to half double crochet all the way up until you have 2 stitches left. So 1 half double crochet all the way up until you have 2 stitches left. So when you have 2 stitches left, this one and this one, you're not going to work anything in there. You're going to chain up 2 and turn your work, and this chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. So you're going to go into the very first half double crochet with a half double crochet and continue to go all the way down. So this is row 42. So right now we are trying to create the ridges on the opposite side. You can see we've started with our very first ridge, and we are going to keep alternating between row 41 and row 42 until we have the same number of ridges on this side as this side. So this side, I told you the last ridge had disappeared within this. That means we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 ridges, and we want to create the same exact number of ridges on this side, alternating between row 41 and row 42. So this is row 42. Go all the way down to the very last stitch with 1 half double crochet, and for row 43 you'll just chain up 1 and turn your work and work all the way up, eliminating the last 2 stitches. So remember, this chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, so you'll eliminate this one and you'll stop on this stitch and then chain up 2 and go back down, and you're going to repeat this for a total of 4 ridges on this side. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back when I have my ridges finished. So when you have your 4 ridges, let me show you. We don't count this one because it has dissolved into this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4th should pop out. That means when I'm working my very next row, I'll eliminate these 2 stitches at the end, so that we have exactly 4 ridges on this side also. So this should bring you back to the number of stitches that you had for your very first row, or for your very first 10 rows, which was 30 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and work this row, eliminating the last 2 stitches. So I'm done with my stitches and I've eliminated these last 2 stitches, and this is a total of 30 half double crochets, which was the very same number that we did for our very first rows. So this is the very first row that has 30 stitches, 30 half double crochets, and we want a total of 20 rows of half double crochets, 30 half double crochets in total. So this is 1. I'm going to do 9 more, and then we shall have something like this on this side. So go ahead and chain 1 and turn and work 30 half double crochets in total, and continue doing this until you have a total of 10 rows of 30 half double crochets. We are no longer creating ridges, keep that in mind. So whatever number of ridges that you had on this side, make sure you mirror them to this side, and then you maintain the number of stitches. So right now I'm done with my 10 rows, and this is what my work looks like on the other side. And when I fold it over, you can see it's balancing. 4 ridges on both sides, like this. And now the other thing I wanted to point out is, if you had 5 ridges on this side, you should have the same ridges on this side. If you had 6, you should have the same on this side. Otherwise your top will be bigger on one side than the other. So after my 10 rows of 30 half double crochets, I'm going to chain up 4, and now we are going to create spaces for the strap. Sorry, you're going to chain up 5, skip these 2. We're not counting this one, so skip 2 spaces, and into the third place a single crochet, chain 5, skip 2 stitches, single crochet, and continue to do this all the way up. So we are creating these spaces for the strap. And I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 spaces for the strap. And I'm going to chain up 1 and go back onto those spaces to make sure it's strong enough. You're going to go into each and every space with a total of 5 single crochets. So after your 5 single crochets, go into the next space with 5 single crochets, and continue to do this all the way down. So this creates a stronger base for our string, for our strap to pull together. And we are going to do the same exact thing on this side. So this is what we have on this side, and then we shall do the same here. So let me go ahead and finish up this. So right now I'm in the very last space, and I'll go into this space somewhere here and make a slip stitch and chain one and cut my yarn. So you're going to attach your yarn on the opposite side and do the same exact thing that we've done here. You should have the same number of spaces on this side as you have on this side. So once you have your loops created on both sides, the next thing to do is to create the straps at these points. So I've already created one here, and I'm going to create a second one. So it's going to just be a plain chain, and I did a total of 250 chains. So you're going to go into that point where you want to attach your strap, attach your yarn, single crochet in that same space, and just make a plain chain of 250 chains. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So create as long as you want or as short as you want. I just did a total of 250 on this side, so I'll just do the same on this side. So right now I'm done with my 250 chains at both points, and the next thing to do is to identify the right side and the wrong side of your work. But your work will literally look the same on both sides, at least mine does. And you're going to get your straps, bring this one to this side and bring this one to the opposite side. Create the X already. So this should be the wrong side of your work. So fold over this like this, and then do the same on this side. You fold over like that, and we are going to start putting them through the loops that we created. So bring this one to this side, and then this one to this side. So if you want to lace up through each and every hole, that's really up to you, but I'll be skipping one hole and then going into the next like that. And I'm going to go all the way down, skipping one hole and then placing the strap into the next. So right now we are done, and the next thing you can do is to tie down here. You can also attach tassels at this end of the strap, because this helps it not to get out, because some clients find it hard to know where to lace up the string. So if you can put something big here like a tassel or beads or something so that they don't pass through these holes, that would be the best option. So we are turning our top to the right side, and this is what we have. This is our halter top. I know it looks funny here, but when you wear it, it creates a very good coverage for our bust area. So I hope you guys really liked this tutorial. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure to tag me on my social media pages. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.